Better get yourself into a hazmat suit, Agent. We just got word that the experimental antivirals lost in the Dark Zone have been located. There's no time to wait. You and a team need to go secure them right now, or someone else will.
Come on, move it! We don't have much time! We need to be in the air before the storm hits!
But we've got a storm coming in. They say it'll make Sandy look like a snowball fight. We're locking the base down for the duration, and Rhodes says the weather might bork all our comms, so we can't count on being in contact.
Hold on! We'll be there soon!
Just get there before the storm really hits. And listen, do whatever you need to do to get back alive. You're needed. Lao out.
It's shoot time. Bringing you another Salty Sessions. Bang. It's our first round of survival. Back on the Division. Go into a little side story of, I made my YouTube content around this game. I love this game. And this was one of the main reasons I wanted to come back and play, because the survival is unlike any other survival game I've even played. It's at least finishes. Like, I don't like how Daisy has like a server and you go into it and shit. I like it to somewhere complete. But anyways, you start like this in your little biosuit. You have an infection that you have an hour to extract out if you don't find those pain meds. And there's a syringe medicine that you can pick up. And you're basically just running around this entire huge map. And you're freezing also. So you need to be around the heat. And there's little fire bins around, or you need to go inside houses. This is the map. The actual game's map with the DZ inside of it. This is the actual size, everything. You can go everywhere inside here. Your goal is to get into the Dark Zone once you're strong enough to go in there. Now, inside the Dark Zone, they have, like, elite NPCs, right? Right now, you're probably only going to fight, like, red and purple. Red's the weakest. Purple is pretty strong if you got no gear. And gold, you don't really want to touch, especially since you probably won't get a lot of gold gear right off the top, right? So, essentially, you're freezing. You can see in the top right corner. I bought a scarf at the very beginning, if you saw. And it's just, with everything that you get, as far as coats, jackets, shoes, clothing, you loot inside this, you get yourself warmer. Now, while you're looting, you're going to find tools and fabric and weapon parts, and you're basically going to build your guns. You're going to build your weapons. You're going to build your chest piece, knee pads, gloves. There's a mask. And you're basically just trying to survive the elements. Now, you only have an hour if you don't use medicine. You need to finish getting into the DZ, Dark Zone, and extracting out of there within that time frame. Now, you'll see when I take the medicine next time how much time limit's in the bottom right corner with the wheel when you pop it up. But essentially, you need to farm yourself a bunch, as much as you can, as fast as you can, hopefully finding medicine, because as that clock gets low, it really puts a crunch time, because you need to spend some time in the DZ. You're likely going to be super weak going in there, unless you get a great farm on early to get into the Dark Zone. Then, if you're inside the Dark Zone, you could totally farm the Dark Zone for higher end loot, fabric, etc., etc. But if you only have a gold or a blue gun, you will get green guns too, which are weak. blue's middle, you know, then purple, then gold is in the order of strength. You're probably going to go into the DZ your first time with only like a purple, maybe a blue, if you do everything properly. You know, once you get to a crafting station, you can change all of your stuff to higher. So if you get a bunch of blue stuff, you can change your tools, everything, fabric, everything that you kind of loot, like this box right here. Oh, that's a fragment grenade. But if you get like fabric and stuff, you can change your blues to purples, your, you know, and move up the ladder so that you can buy better stuff. Now, obviously, you want to go in with the best stuff. It doesn't always happen. This round, I think I get a purple LMG because obviously it's nice to have a gun that shoots a lot of bullets in this. Don't really matter about necessarily the strength per se. You want to be able to rip a bunch of bullets because you are weak. You want to be able to drop them in one clip, not have to worry about having to reload. You don't want to take as much damage at all because they're going to kill you pretty fast. So you're basically just, you know, hunting, looting. This option of survival comes in a PvP mode or a PvE. This is PvE. There's players within the lobby that you will see running around, but you can't fight them. Now, if you play the PvP, you can fight them. So you can go out and you can farm someone right away. Now, when I saw a video on this game about a month or two ago, they said that the wait times for all the lobbies and stuff took a while, and I haven't had an issue. The first night I didn't get into one. Maybe I didn't wait long enough, but it seems it's about 5 minutes. I don't think I've waited longer than 5 minutes. I just, you know, do something else, listen to some music, something or other. It'll usually proc right in. I've done some solo incursions. I haven't quite completed them yet. They're very tough. I'm still trying to get my groove. I also, in the main game, not part of this because you have to farm all your loot. In my main game, I tend to run an electronics build, which is really high for your little side gimmicks that you have, as far as like there's a pulse that tells your position of all the enemies and gives you crit damage and crit chance. There's healing specs. There's a fire turret that I use a lot, and you'll see a lot of that as the game goes on because I do end up buying those. You can upgrade them. You can upgrade them at the buy station, and or sorry, the crafting bench, and you can buy all these things, right? So there's a med kit. You can only hold 2. When you get to the crafting station, you'll have to buy, like, make a mask to get into the DZ. You know, you want to have, you can do a ×2 mask. You got to build the first one first, but then there's a second, like an upgrade to it. You can add an extra medic pouch so that I can carry 3 med packs, which is in my little hub right there, the little plus sign that says +2. I can be able to +3 on that. But you just kind of pick and feel with what you loot. And again, it's cold, it's freezing, you can't see much, and you can get caught by some pretty big guys, especially when you go into the dark zone. So sometimes in the dark zone, you're going to have to go in. You might hit a corner where you can't go anywhere else, and you have to wait for kind of like a crew of guys, 2 or 3 guys, to walk by. Or you need to retreat and get the hell out of there. And it really makes... Sorry, I'm sure the shooting is really loud right now. But it's a lot of fun. It really is. Like, this is probably the best survival mode I've ever played. Now you see, as I kill these guys, they drop loot. You're gonna see this is that was a gun, which is great because I only have a pistol, and that's a holster. So that's gear. I can put that on. I can put the gun on. So now I'm kind of, you know, you want to kill some guys because they give you more shit, but they're also risky if you're not strong enough. So once you get a gun, once you get, you know, a couple things, you'll see here, you start with green everything, only a pistol. I looked at that other holster. It's better than the original one as far as armor. When you look inside the loot and you look at the gear, the guns itself will have a roll on it of like, let's call one's deadly, and you get like better crit damage. There's like 100 of these things. Meticulous, vicious, they're talented. There's a bunch of things that apply to different builds. Pardon me. Came out of nowhere. So then you just, when you're farming guns in the game, you kind of want to go off what your build is. If you have a high toughness build, you want to have something that has, you know, that procs those bonuses for toughness. If you have more of a face tanking, attacking style build, you want to make sure you're proccing those skills on your gun. Same with me with electronics. I want to have stuff that has electronics talents on the gun. You also, as you're building each gear set that you're putting in, it's rolled to either attack, which is DPS, toughness, which is defense, or C, electronics. And that's kind of how you base the stats on it. When you go into the main screen and you see all the stats across the top, it's fluctuated off what I have rolled within this. But you see, now that I have a gun, I'm in pretty good shape fighting these guys. The problem is it's only a couple. Shotgun, obviously. And you just gotta be careful you don't get fucking caught. These red guys are pretty easy. You could probably just run around and easily murder these guys with your pistol. But they tend to drop a lot better loot. It'd be nice if you could find a purple guy. But again, it's random. It's a huge map. You kind of just want to keep spreading out. You want to hit any buildings that are kind of open and just keep looting. Like, there's not much else to do other than grinding out kind of your own survival, which is really, really, really neat on this behalf of this game. Because, like, I find a lot of other survival games, they're so complicated on, like, oh, I gotta get fire, I gotta get food. Like, yes, you pick up food, you pick up water in this, you get hungry, you get thirsty. Now, you need to try and keep that up, but it's not like the most important thing in the game. And I'm getting blindsided here. Like, I'm almost dead, and I'm lucky that I had one med kit left. You know, that's how fast it can happen. And you're out here just grinding away. I'm freezing now, so I'm gonna go hit up. There's a fire right behind me. I'm gonna finish this guy off. Go for a little fire. I also have to be aware that I have no med kits now, and I'm close to dying. I'm literally, that noise in the game means that I'm not recovering from health yet. I'm still dying. My health is going down, and it's going down because I'm freezing right now. So here's the fire, just in time, and it starts proccing my health back up. So that's essentially how it works. Once I have enough shirts, toques, scarves, and things, I'll loot, or I can build them at the craft station with fabric, things like that I just picked up. And what will happen is I'll be more durable in the weather. By the time you go to the dark zone, that should be good enough for you to be easily adaptable to the weather, the climate that's kind of outside. So I don't want to wreck too much. This is kind of the early game. It is a long video. It's non-cut. It's an hour and 43 minutes and 15 seconds. It just goes to show you that, like, you know, it's only an hour game with the infection, but I made it last another 43 minutes with just the medicine that I'm taking. You know, don't forget to put water in. Eat your granola bars or whatever they have in the wheel. You can put on different, like, grenades and stuff as you pick them up. You can put on different, like, incendiary ammo, things like that. The game itself is pretty sweet. Like, once you get into the dark zone, it gets pretty tough because almost everybody is yellow, and they're tough. They're strong. They're strong people, and you can't necessarily just fight them. You gotta be smart about what you're doing. Make sure you have your health kits, and of course, you can do emotes in this game. Probably the best part of the game. It was one of the first games that you could just wreck somebody in PvP and then do a little dance in their face. Or there's a laughing emoji I used to do. That's the medicine syringe I just took. There's the food. There's some water there. I'll collect more as we go on. But I'm going to let you guys go. Enjoy the rest of the video. Put some music on if you want. Just, you can only imagine how fun this could be. I recommend this game. I'm coming back. I'm going to start playing it some more. I'm really enjoying it. I have a lot of fun. And I think it's probably still the best game. You know, this game probably cost $60 to buy with DLCs. You're maybe at you know, let's say $120 originally. I got it on sale for $8, $14 with the DLC pack, which is insane for how. It's a 5-year fucking game, like a 5-year game. It stood the test of time. I've come back and it's still just as good as it was before. The graphics still look really good for the time. It's almost 10 years old. You know, it's also, like I said, the game that I started making content about. So I have a little place for it in my heart. And I'm coming back because I just haven't been having the same fun playing some of these other games. And I'm in trouble. Oh boy, I'm in trouble. We'll take a little med kit. Lucky we picked that one up. Don't get hit by that grenade. And we're just gonna continue pushing forward and through. But anyways, enough rambling on. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. We'll see you next time. And remember, stay salty.
Detecting lowering of core body temperature. Threat of hypothermia increased. Core body temperature dropping. Body temperature dropping below normal levels. Detecting lowering of core body temperature. Threat of hypothermia increased. Immune response detected. Infection imminent. Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized.
Well, if you made it this far, thank you. But I just wanted to show a quick little insight of the inventory. I picked up a purple piece, the first purple piece. You can see it's 600 in level. I got, you know, besides that shotgun that I got. But you can see the different strengths on the gun. On the right-hand side, this is little Talents, Swift, Unforgiven. On the right-hand side tells you the damage, how much RPM is on the gun. Then you see the holster. It's got rolls. Usually this holster, when you get purple or gold, has 3 slots on the right-hand side, not just 2. Every other gear that you have only has one roll towards firepower, toughness, or skill power, and those numbers reflect how you are tanky, or how you can shoot faster and kill people harder, or the skill power when you buy the skills, which you don't have yet in survival. In the normal game, you would have skills already. So it's kind of like a little tutorial on how you do it in the main game, but for this, we don't have anything yet, but I'm going to want it. It just happens that this is the first gear. You're not being too picky. You just want it to be stronger, and that's about it. The rest I'll dismantle and gain fabric for it, or weapon parts for whatever I'm dismantling. So we're going to head over to a hideout here, and I'll show more in depth there the crafting station, how to like switch up your fabric. Let's say you got green fabric and you want to make blue fabric, you can do it at the very bottom. It'll let you like upgrade it to a certain amount, like say 4 green ones will cost 1 blue one, and then 3 blue ones will cost 1 purple or whatever, and the tier kind of goes up. Other than that, I just wanted to kind of quickly touch base. Thanks for sticking around if you've been around this long. It's a great first round. Little secret is I do extract and it's a pretty fun experience for my first time, and it makes me want to go back in there and do it again. I'm really enjoying the game. Like I said before, this is my go-to, and it's been a couple of years, and I talk about it every week. I tell somebody how much I miss this game, that I still think it's the best game, and I had to come back, do a little, check if it withstood the test of time, and it really has. Like, if I had a 4 squad right now, I'm telling you, this shit, we would be owning right now. Going to the DZ and just melt. I haven't seen a 4 squad in the DZ yet, but more videos to come. I'm really enjoying playing the game, like I said before. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. I know it's a little slow paced watching looting and stuff like that, but it's, like I said, I think it's probably the best survival mode ever.
Drop in core temperature.
So I might jump back in once we're in the hideout, go over a few more things. I'll see you then.
Core temperature is below optimal levels. Alert. Infection progress halted. Detecting lowering of core body temperature. Threat of hypothermia increased. Readings indicate this area is safe.
Alright, so we're at the crafting bench, and this is the basic virus filter. It's a mask that you have to buy. There's an upgrade to it. So I buy the advanced upgrade to it. Below, you can get an additional med pack, pouch, and then you can buy med kits. In the second slot down, you can buy, more outfits to be warm. This is the weapon one. You see what it costs to buy it in the bottom. And, this is where you can upgrade the stuff to gold or up to blue, right? It's telling me I got weapon parts in the bottom left corner there, so I'm gonna make them higher to blue. Blue will unlock better gear for me, and then I can change the blues to golds. The golds will get me even better gear, etc., etc. Works down the chain. You kind of just fiddle fuck with it. Sometimes you don't want to do it because you don't have enough to buy the high-end stuff. It's worth just buying some shittier ones so that at least you have them. Let's say you can put like weapon mods on, you can put like gear mods on, performance mods and stuff. That's why they have little slots inside them. I end up buying this light machine gun, that purple one right there, the M60, because again, it's a purple. It's not gold, which would be great, but lots of bullets. It still hits pretty fucking hard. And we just chilling with it, right? So then we can take the other stuff, we can dismantle it, we'll get good parts for it, and you kind of just keep the system going. You're basically just wanting to build yourself stronger. If you're able to buy a purple or a blue and you only have a green or something that's less than that, you want to do it. This is that skill section I was telling you about. That's where the pulse and like healing things are. I end up noticing that I need to buy a med kit to build that. I didn't have a med kit on me. So I figured I'd go in. You can go here. I want the first aid, because first aid is basically like having a med kit. It's going to hit me a first aid. It also gives me a defensive bonus on certain things. It says on the right hand side, heal, ally heal, etc., etc. if you're playing with other people. And then I get a pulse, which is basically like a beacon that shoots in a range, gives me critical chance and damage, lets me know if anybody's in the area, which is super critical when you're playing solo, especially just in the survival mode itself. It's going to tell me if there's enemies around. I can be more alert, and then I can creep on them, make sure that they're not golds when I'm not ready to fight golds, because I don't fight a lot of golds in this. I don't get equipped high enough, and it's not worth the risk. I'm pretty strong with what I build, but you see the big difference in stats. It's a lot higher. Like, those two guns don't look a lot different, but they are. And the gear itself, like you saw, it was about a 250 score for a green to a 600 score for purple, just in armor, and that's just a rough idea of knowing if it's stronger or not. Besides the color, obviously it's rolled towards primary firearms or toughness or skill power type thing, right? So we have all these different guns. We're dismantling them now because I know I don't need them. I'm just going to take the parts for it. I'm going to look at all the extra options I got. Oh, is this one better? This one's got toughness and electronics. It's a little bit weaker in armor. And then I look at the other one, and it's this basically the same thing with less armor, but the one with less armor happens to be just a tiny bit better in the rolls that I wanted on the side. So I take the one that's a little bit less, just because it actually works better for the build that I'm kind of going for. And then this is where that pulse section was. You can buy all these things: turrets, seeker mines, ballistic shields, smart cover, etc., etc. You just need this resource requirements at the very bottom. It tells you that for everything that you have to build. I hope that this helps you out. It's not overly difficult. It might seem like a lot, but it's not. You're basically just looting for all these parts. If you're lucky to come across some AI, which you can go hunting, there's hotter spots that are on the map that say a landmark, and they're full of purple guys. You can go in there and, you get a good gun right off the bat. Let's say you get that light machine gun. You hit one of those and nobody's hit it yet. You could maybe, get out of that with a lot of good stuff. So it's all risk reward, how you like to play. And that's what's great about it. Every single round, you can do something different. You can be crazier or less crazy. You know what I mean? So, again, I repeat this step a few times. I go out and loot, make myself stronger. Go out and loot, make myself stronger. Once you go into the dark zone, once you get inside, you can get sealed caches. And you get them from picking up a certain box or killing a certain player. They'll give you these caches. And that's what you're going to bring out when you win. The more you have of those, the more loot you're going to bring out of this mode. And you get to use that as your main guns in the game. That's the reason for doing it. That's what's cool about this game, is you get these different caches for participating in all these different DLCs and stuff. And you see I got a purple guy coming up here with a bunch of red guys, and this is manageable now. I got more than enough to do it. I got to be careful. I don't have a med kit, but what I do have is I have that loud ass gun. I got that first aid that's proccing on my left hand and my hub there. That's what's blinking right now. I don't have the pulse yet. But again, once you go in the dark zone, let me finish this guy. So once you're in the dark zone, besides getting those caches, you have to look for the little magnifying glass. It could be anywhere in somewhat of your vicinity of where you go inside. There's certain entrances to get into the dark zone. You'll see them on the map. That's what those little triangles are on the map right now. They're telling me that I need to get in there, but there's no rush to get in there. Make sure you're equipped enough to go in there. But once you're in there, magnifying glass. It's called the Vision Tech, I believe. And you have to get it to build a flare gun. The flare gun is of most importance. The flare gun is what lets you launch the chopper to extract out. If you don't have a flare, you can't leave the dark zone. You will die to your infection if you don't find enough medicine. And now, back in the day, it was kind of like, you know, all these new games, everybody likes to do like these extraction shooters. You could rely on some random buddy. Go like, hey, dude, you got a fucking flare gun? And you call in the chopper at the same time. Now, however, whenever you call the chopper in, a boss spawns on you. So you have to fight 2 bosses if 2 of you are there. Okay? So it can be difficult if you're not equipped for that. Now, the idea is to go in, get your tech, your division tech. Now, in this round, I forgot. Now that I forgot, I thought I bought it already. And then realized that I can't buy this flare gun until I'm in the DZ because I need that tech. Oh, look at, see, there's gold. I cannot fight these guys. It's not worth risking myself with no med kits and stuff like that, right? So we're just going to move along. We're going to backtrack out of this, get away from this area, continue looting, continue getting stronger, and we go into the DZ. Like I said, you build your flare gun, and then you can go to extractions that are on the, and if you're familiar with the game, you know where the extractions are, and you call in a chopper, and you have to sit there for 5 minutes while a boss comes in on you, and you have to kill the boss. Now, you can run away and try and do a little loop-de-loop, draw them away, run back up there and jump on the plane. I mean, there's different strategies when you're weak and you just need to get on and you got no medicine. I mean, I think I cut it close on this. I think I have less than 10 minutes to get out. It might even be less than 2 minutes. I literally think I extract out just in time. A little spoiler alert, but it's worth sticking around. It's just, again, when you're in the mix of it all, you're kind of just looting. And it's no different than if you're Warzone looting and trying to find your gear, or PUBG back in the day, finding your gear. It's the same thing, but there's just a bigger end game kind of out of it, right? Like, all or nothing when you're alone. And you can see, obviously, how I take a lot less damage now that I'm a little bit more upgraded. I got a purple gun, which just shreds these fucking guys. I can match a purple, no problem, that I'm fighting, easy. So, like, I could take a gold out. Again, this is a shooter where you take cover. So, it's a cover shooter. So, like, it's cover to cover. You can use a lot. I don't use it a lot all the time. In a lot more incursions where you're sitting in an area and you have to, like, take out a mass amount of guys, you will cover down for sure a lot more. And there's a lot of those around that when you hear that beeping, get the fuck out. that could end your game real quick if you got no health or, first aids to use. So I'm going to shut up. I'm not going to come back, but you're going to see that I progress more in the crafting bench. I get myself into the dark zone. I end up heading over, getting some flares, and I get into an extraction with less to no time left. It's what makes it exciting. Your heart's pumping the whole time. If you're going to get out, you're going to run into a wrong group of, elite NPCs.
Warning. Infection progressing. Drop in core temperature detected. Alert. Infection progress halted. Body temperature dropping below normal levels. drop in core temperature detected.
Focus fire! Eyes on target! Getting low. Need to reload. Gotta leave cover sometime. Engaging football. You ain't got no idea who you're messing with. Cover sometime. Come on. Enjoy yourself. Ah, can't see! You ain't got no idea who you're messing with.
Detecting lowering of core body temperature. Threat of hypothermia increased. Warning. Infection levels increasing. Core temperature is dipped below optimal levels. Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized. Body temperature dropping below normal levels. Infection progressing.
Since Black Friday. Kinda makes a girl glad she don't like malls, you know? I never understood how people thought that was exciting or entertaining. I can't blame the victims here. Saying those people deserve to die because they went shopping on Black Friday is a little bit like saying girls who wear shorts. Rest in peace, the rest of them. We got one more can, so fast cause to celebrate it right. Speaking of beans, I'm giving you a little advice. If you cook, and when you cook, other people know where you are, and it tells them you got food. And if you want to share, hey, that's your prerogative. But if you want sharing to you know? I never understood how people thought that was exciting or entertaining. I can't blame the victims here. Saying those people deserve to die because they went shopping on Black Friday is a little bit like saying girls who wear shorts do. Rest in peace, the rest of them.
Drop in core temperature detected. temperature is dipped below optimal levels.
Here we go!
Core body temperature dropping. Body temperature dropping below normal levels. Drop in core temperature detected. Alert. Infection progress halted. Core body temperature drop. Drop in core temperature detected. Body temperature dropping.
Civilians are advised to remain indoors unless absolutely necessary.
Warning. Infection levels increasing. Infection temporarily stabilized. Body temperature dropping below normal levels. Warning. Infection progressing. Alert. Infection progress halted. Core temperature is dipped below optimal levels. Warning. Infection levels increasing. Body temperature dropping below normal levels. Body temperature dropping. Warning. Infection progressing.
I predict a big march is all I'm saying. New York City, you heard it here first.
Body temperature dropping below normal levels. Alert. Infection temporarily stabilized. Detecting lowering of core body temperature. Threat of hypothermia increased.
Hey, no weakness! Shit! Lock them out! You can't last much longer! Hey, no weakness!
Attention. Civilians are advised to cover any and all exposed areas of the campus in order to prevent hypothermia.
Warning. Infection levels increasing.
Left alive in the building. Trying to talk to each other. He needed water. I needed a lighter. Started hanging out. aren't you managing to survive? It might be easier in a penthouse than in this place, but no amount of money's gonna save you from the green poison. Not really.
Core temperature is dipped below optimal levels. Antiviral cache tagged and mapped in Dark Zone. Alert. Infection progress halted. Detecting lowering of core body temperature. Threat of hypothermia increased. Warning. Infection progressing. Core temperature is dipped below optimal levels.
Focus fire on the target! There's only one!
approaching lethal levels.
God damn it! Yeah! There's your chance. Don't believe this.
Antiviral cache secured. Flare gun required for extraction is now detected. drop in core temperature detected.
Approaching for evac.
Armed hostile inbound.
Seconds to go. Seconds. Seconds. Prepping to land. Seconds to take off. Evac initiates in 10 seconds. Get on. Returning to base. Over and out.
Hear you made it out, Agent. But you've got some stories to tell, but I'm not even sure I want to know. We'll see you back here. Good work.
So like I was saying, I get out with, what, just over 3 minutes left before my infection would have killed me. And it, you know, super long video, but it just goes to show you go throw a 2-hour game of survival down. Have a great time. There's just so much that this game offers. I'm going to continue making these clips. If you stuck around for the whole thing, appreciate you all. We're going to be dropping more Division content shortly. And remember, stay south.